started carrying these recently, and we are so thrilled to see how popular the sprouting seeds are. Because to me, sprouts, sprouting your own food is it's the ultimate in terms of getting fresh stuff, really, really cheap, right there in your house. You can't beat it. We always get questions from people: how can I be raw in the winter time? How can I be raw? It's so expensive. How can I get enough green things? Sprout! Just sprout, And these days, in the raw foods movement, there's a lot of talk about chocolate and maca and things like that, and it's all good. And also, the greens is where it's at. The greens are like the foundation for being healthy. So if you can really concentrate on getting sprouts going in your kitchen or wherever, and have that fresh green stuff for pennies on the dollar year round, doesn't matter what season it is, I totally encourage that. We sprout everywhere we go. We carry little nut milk bags around with us, and you can hang these up in the car. We just sprout everywhere. Okay, and then the last one, seaweed, sprouts, and sweets. So sweets, I like to talk about this because people generally like eating sweet stuff, and my encouragement with this is to make a choice for yourself, if this feels good, that everything sweet that goes into your body is a raw food. It's actually a pretty easy choice to make when you start to see everything that's available out there. I think there's more raw food recipes for desserts than there are for savoury things. Raw foodists love their sweet stuff, and especially children, of course. It's a great way to break children into eating more raw, is to give them sweet stuff. And then, just look at all the different bars and cereals and so many different sweet things out there. I often think, why does anybody eat the refined sugar stuff anymore when you could eat all these kind of things? Why is anyone eating Betty Crocker? And of course they're addicted. So that's a major issue that we have going on in our society right now, is this intense addiction that most people seem to have with refined sugars and carbohydrates, and the fact that it's completely glossed over. It's absolutely just socially normal to eat that kind of way, and to eat these kind of things is totally bizarre, of course. So that's where we're at, but making this commitment to have it that everything that's sweet that's going into your body is raw can make a massive shift in your health if you're not there already, because you're cutting out that whole food group, refined sugars, right there. There's a community down in Costa Rica who are doing this already, called Pachamama. I don't know if any of you have been there or heard of it yet. So apparently this is what they do. They made the decision that everything sweet they consume is a raw food, and it works for them, and I think that's beautiful. They didn't want to do totally raw, but they do that. So
does that mean fruit and agave or anything else?
Yeah, anything you want. The different sweeteners, the fruits, the desserts, just to step away from the refined sugar and the scary packaged, nasty Betty Crocker things. Alright, I'm going to try this beautiful smoothie. Alright, the next thing is all about physical detox. To me, physical detox is basically inevitable when we go raw. It's kind of like for me, I filled this structure up for 23 years with nothing but junk. The idea that I'm gonna clear all of that out and suddenly be totally healthy without going through some detox stuff is kind of ridiculous. It's like filling up a house. Imagine that someone's been living in a house for 40 years, filling it up with rubbish, and they suddenly want it to be totally clear and zen-like and minimalist overnight without clearing the stuff out. It's not going to happen. You've got to clear the stuff out. Physical detox is inevitable, and there's so many things that we can do to support that journey. I like to encourage people to sweat every single day. I don't think you guys probably have much of an issue with that. It's so hot here. Man. And other things that you might love to do Dry skin brushing. Does anyone dry skin brush? Oh, some of you. This is a fantastic way of like sloughing off the old skin. Our skin is our biggest opportunity for detox. It's our biggest organ, our biggest eliminative organ. And what do most of us do? We cover it in scary creams, we wear clothes, we live inside buildings and cars and buildings, and we don't really give our skin much of an opportunity to shed. So dry skin brushing can help. Imagine if you were living out in the wild, you wouldn't be wearing clothes, you'd be walking around all the time brushing against things. It's kind of like the quick fix way of emulating that or something.
Does it have to be